Hey everyone, on Facebook. As usual, I'm totally running late. I'm so happy to be here with you. I forgot my plug. Hold on. Okay, sorry. Hi everyone. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. I'm so happy that you're here and we're doing the radio show. My mic isn't even set up, you know. It's all good. 6 o'clock right now. I better go. All right. It's not letting me do it. Hold on. It's like every Monday. Hi, everyone. Welcome. We're talking about self-care tonight. It's like every Monday. Everyone left. Hi, everybody. So, here we go. I'm calling up. We're going to do this. Calling up the radio show. If you want to listen, just listen. It's keepcalmradio.com, and you could call up 657-383-1870.
Now, press 1.
If you don't remember that number, go to keepcalmradio.com.
Press 3.
Ready? Thank you. Thanks for all the hearts and thumbs up. Hi from Atlanta. Hi, Marsha.
2, 1.
Hi, everyone. Ready?
It is time to grab your dose of compassion.
Hi.
Share your story and solve your anxiety and depression.
Isn't that great?
Welcome to Keep Calm in a Crazy World with your host, Jodi Amen.
Hey everybody, welcome to Keep Calm Radio with your host Jodi Amen. This is where we solve your anxiety, we solve your depression, those things that keep you so down and heavy in your life that you want to just move past them. Move past them and live, with calm, with happiness, with love and good relationships in your life. You want to, hi Nancy, you want to surround yourself with goodness. And that's what I'll be talking about tonight, because a big part of feeling good in your life is taking care of yourself. I mean, we all know this, right? We all know that we have to take care of ourselves, and we all know that we have to do these little practices every day that's going to make a difference in our life. We know them, but most of the time we don't do them. How come? Why is that? Why is it so hard to do the things that make a difference in your life, in your happiness and everything? Why? Why is it so hard? Hi, everybody. Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for being here. If you don't know and you're listening to this radio, I do this podcast live on Facebook, so you'll hear me saying hello. Sometimes if I don't have a caller, I will take those questions on Facebook, and sometimes it's easier to write your question than to call on live. If you're too nervous about that, come on to Facebook, Jodi Amen Love on Facebook. It's facebook.com/Jodi Amen Love. Well, we're so happy to be here tonight. And yes, it's just me. I don't have a guest again. I have a guest next week. I want to tell you about that before I really get into the nitty-gritty tonight. My next guest next week is Julie Barton. She is the author of Dog Medicine. Dog Medicine. I just finished the book early this morning. It's amazing. You have to read this book, Dog Medicine by Julie Barton. It will make you feel understood. It'll make you feel like you're not alone. And it also will give you so much hope that there is a chance that, love is out there for you. Relationships and awesomeness is out there for you in your life, because you could see somebody who is just on the floor, totally giving up, and how she clawed her way back. And I've been doing a lot of interviews myself on some radio shows, and people pick up on that in my bio. I talk about myself clawing my way back, and I really think about it that way, clawing. Because there's a desperation when you're down. I know how it feels. I know a lot of you who listen to me, struggle with a lot of different things. And you might look perfect and fine and happy and wonderful from the outside, but inside there is some hurts from the past. We all have them. We all have them. There's no shame in that. I know you probably feel shame because we all do. I don't know why. It's like a cultural thing. I do know why, actually. But we all feel that shame, that we feel bad and so guilty about it. But you don't have to feel that way. And that's my biggest message. You don't have to feel guilty. This is what we are encultured to feel, but we don't have to stay there. We don't have to stay there. It's understandable while you're there. You can have a lot of compassion for yourself and stop blaming yourself. But there's an answer, there's a way out, and there's a way that you don't have to stay down here. And I put out a new video. I think I put it out on Friday. It's on YouTube. It's called Surviving Ups and Downs in Life. And I just finished the blog today about it. So if you go to my website and click the blog, it'll be one of the first ones there. Actually, I think I forgot to tag it. I'm redoing a lot of stuff on my website. So, so do a search for Surviving. That'll help. Or if you go to YouTube, you can get the link in the description of YouTube to my blog. I have to tag it for it to go on that page, latest videos. It's so complex. You know, this world of blogging and online and videos is so complex. It's so easy to make mistakes. And as you all know, if you've been following me for a long time, I just keep making them. I learn from them and I keep making them, but I just don't let it stop me from being on here and talking to all of you week after week. I've been through that. I've stopped myself in my past from doing things that I want to do because it wasn't perfect. It wasn't, you know, I didn't know if I could do it. I didn't know if it was enough. And now I don't care. I say I could do anything and I just try to do it. And yes, I'm clumsy. I mumble. I bumble. But I just keep going out there and talking because I really want to share this message that hope is possible and you don't have to be perfect. You could look at me and you think, she's so happy, she's so lucky. Yeah, you know what? I work on it every day. I have to work on it. I have the same self-doubts you do. It's weird because we don't talk about our self-doubts aloud to other people. We just don't talk about them. So we think that everybody else is okay. But in reality, not everyone else is okay. Everybody else is plagued with the same self-doubts that you have, and you are not alone. And I get to hear them because I'm a counselor, so people come to me and tell me. And they're not just, you know, the sickest of the sick who come to me in counseling. They're really well people that feel like having feedback on those inner struggles that we all have. And I was at a high school today talking about wellness and making the kids feel better because they know how much stress is under these kids today. There's under so much stress. There's so much depression. There's so much anxiety. There's eating disorders. There's so many problems. I mean, high schools are so worried about these beautiful children who have so much potential, who just don't know how good they are because they're constantly not feeling enough, not feeling good enough, not feeling smart enough, not cool enough, not pretty enough, and blah, 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 blah. And the list goes on. Now, we all feel that, and we're just teaching it back to our kids. Not on purpose, of course. But yeah, but I think we could stop this. We could stop this by teaching self-care and self-compassion. I think it's the most important thing that we could pass on to our children. And I know because I have really guilty children. Our culture and sometimes religions create a sense of guilt in people. And in my work, I've seen that guilt in everybody, really the most regular people. I'm not talking about, you know, ill people or stuck or immobilized or people who can't work. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about everybody who look fantastic. They look like they have the best perfect life out there, struggle inside. All of them, I promise you. Unless they're doing some real work and practice it every day. And that's why I'm talking about this tonight. Because I want you to know that it's possible. It's possible. And if you're sad or anxious or angry or whatever, or if you have a lot of resentment or a lot of hurts from your past that plague you, there is a way forward. People who have had the most horrific experiences do leave them in the past. There is a way to do that. And I can give you tricks and tips. I could give you tricks and tips, which I do week after week. But if you wanted to go deeper and work, with me closer, you can definitely join my anxiety group. My next group's going to be the end of April. I'm doing an evening group because everybody wants to evenings. So I'm going to do 8 to 10 on Tuesday nights. It's not on my website. If you go to jodiaman.com/group, yes, you could sign up for the group. It still has the old dates on it. I was going to do it, but I just was too late for the radio show to update that. I was answering emails and my time got away from me. So my next group, if you're interested in doing that and going deeper, if you want to know how to leave the past behind, come over to jodiaman.com/group. It's the last Tuesday in April. Maybe it's like the 26th or something. But that's when I'm starting, 8 to 10 at night, and I'll put that in as soon as I hang up this call, this radio show. Okay, so we're talking about self-care tonight, how to take care of yourself, how to give yourself the ingredients that you need for a happy life, for a calm and peaceful, have peace of mind, have beautiful, budding, close relationships. Get rid of all the crap that puts you down. How do you get rid of it? You got to get rid of it because it plagues you. It's heavy. It affects you physically. You know it affects you mentally. You know that it affects you spiritually to have all that heaviness. And so I outlined 8, and this is my, I wish I could go in there and put in my blog it's jodiaman.com/surviving-ups-downs. That's the blog. So you could get this all written, and I'll put it in the comments at the end if you want to see it, or I'll repost it above. I can edit the little top there. But this is my blog this week. I'm talking about meditations. Meditation, we all know, we've heard, if you haven't heard that meditation changes your life, then you have been under a rock. It is everywhere. Research shows that it helps you. It helps because it takes our mind. Most of the trouble that we have is our thoughts that rethink or obsess with stuff or go into the negative and keep cycling it over and over again. Those self-doubts that come up again and again. The voice of the abuser who's long gone that we keep repeating to ourselves. That doubt and that heaviness and that negative self-judgment that's constant. And I'm not talking about just people who are really down. I'm talking about high functioning people are still going through this. So if you spend some time getting out of your head and into your body, or getting out of that voice in your head and getting into some kinder and wiser places in your mind. So sometimes mindfulness takes us into the body. We think about our breath. We go through different parts of the body and relax them. Our yoga kind of things. This takes our self out of our mind and puts it in our body. It is so healing, especially if you've experienced trauma in your past. That time spent out of your head and into your body, it's like you're regrouping. A lot of times when you've experienced trauma, your mind is disconnected to your body a little bit, metaphorically, right? Like you can't store it. You can't kind of meld it all together and figure out what is going on. And so it's important to spend some time getting out of your head and into your body. And that could go into physical movements. Okay, move your body, exercise, dance, clean, anything, garden. I was talking about that today because I'm going to start gardening this week. I'm so excited. And moving your body is so important because it helps with your self-esteem because you make a commitment and keep doing it. You feel good about yourself. It releases those endorphins. It helps the tryptophan go up to your brain. It helps you clear your mind because, again, you're getting into your body. If you walk outside or do some kind of exercise outside or in a team, you totally forget about all your troubles because you're majorly focused on that. It is awesome. Exercise in every form is awesome. If you join a CrossFit or you have some kind of goal for for like a marathon or something, like it gives you a goal, something to look forward to, something to plan, something to organize, right? Exercise is good from all angles. It's good physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. it is good for you to move. You don't have to get extreme about it. It could be something very little, like a little walk or stretching, yoga. Any of that is just amazing for you. And if you have the wherewithal, make it a dance, because dancing feels awesome and it can cheer you up. And the music that goes with dancing, music with a beat, it totally lifts all your spirits up. Again, we're getting out of the mind. Anything that gets us out of the mind. I'm not saying the mind is all bad, but a lot of times that's where the badness stems. And so that's really where a lot of the cure is. Like, there's nothing, I keep telling people this, and I hope they get what I mean. You tell me right now if you get what I'm talking about. Oh, there's more people talking than when I say there's nothing for you there. Like, sometimes people get a thought and they go down that rabbit hole and they worry about something and they're just kind of like, oh, I got to figure this out, and all this doubt, all this stuff is just negative and it cycles, right? And I'm like, I want you to take your mind totally away from it, because there's nothing for you there. You know, people think we have to sit in our pain because then we're going to get that message. Sometimes we could do that too much, and it's not necessarily helpful. Like, that's an old paradigm that we need to struggle to learn something. Learn it quick and get out of there, right? And you'll learn it by taking your mind off it and onto something else. You will learn it still. And it's not about avoiding it, because you could sit there and feel the feeling and feel it totally fully and breathe into it and heal it, and it is gone forever. I'm not talking about stuffing it down. Never, never, never talking about stuffing it down. I'm talking about throwing that self-compassion, allowing yourself to feel, and then doing some physical movement or doing some meditation that takes you out of that. There's nothing for you there. You tell me right now if you understand what I mean by that. I would love to know if you get it. Okay, meditation, movement, right? Third one is eating. Eat whole foods. I mean, that's another thing. If you don't know to eat whole foods instead of processed foods, then you've also been under a rock. You know, I saw this video, like the 5 foods never to eat or something like that. I don't know why I clicked on it from Facebook. I was like total sucker. I'm like, I want to see what they say. I was like, this is like old news. Don't we all know about this yet? Don't we all know that, you know, artificial sweeteners and soy milk and, you know, all margarine? I mean, don't we all know already that that stuff's garbage? If you don't, and you watch this person's video and it's the first time you knew that these foods were bad for you, then you have been under a rock. We know that eating whole is awesome. The closest you can get to the original food. That's easy. Okay, you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be crazy. You don't have to eliminate everything in the world, but you have to just make individual choices that are closer to the wholeness, right? Closer to the plant in its original form, or closest to the meat in its original form, right? Does that make sense? So that's all you have to do, instead of thinking about all this. Gosh, there's so much diet stuff out there. All you have to do is think about, just think, closest to the original as much as I can. Hi. So meditation, movement, eating good, and then self-compassion. Self-compassion is the next one. Having self-compassion, I can't say this enough. I think it's something that we do not learn, and I wish we learned in school how to have compassion for yourself, because I hear all the time that people are saying, I don't know what that means. How do I show myself self-compassion? How do I do it, Jodi? How do I have, you tell me, how do you have self-compassion? It is the easiest thing in the world. It's the easiest thing, but we feel like we have no access to it because we are so busy judging ourselves. You know, self-compassion just means you say, I get it. That's it. You say, I get it. Get whatever you feel. See, we feel something and we totally judge it right away. Like, why do I feel that? And I'm overreacting. What's wrong with me? I'm so weak. Blah, blah, blah. All that negative self-judgment is crazy. And I don't mean insane crazy. I don't mean literal crazy. I mean, it drives you crazy. right? You're the worst. You're the one suffering the most from all of it. And so you want to have that compassion for yourself. This is one of the best things you could do for self-care. The negative self-judgments are the thing that's hurting you the most in your life. The most hurt that you could do to yourself in your life is to have negative self-judgments, and you know just as well as I do that we all have them every single day, constantly. And so the opposite of that is self-compassion. And I wish that all of you, I wish I could gather you all up and take you to my retreat in California. I'm doing this retreat in California in June. If you go anywhere on my website, it'll pop up in the corner. If you want to learn about it, you could just go there, but jodiamen.com. But listen, like, I really feel, because I've been meditating every day about these people on the retreat, like 30 people in this group on this retreat. It's going to be amazing. And I keep meditating about these 30 people, and I could almost see their faces sitting around a circle and thinking about what they need. Hands down, self-compassion. Hands down, everybody. And they're going to be people who are just ready to make a huge change and let a lot of stuff go. I know it. And they're going to show up fully in total trust that this is a place to do it, and then I'm going to just lead them through it. Like, I know the answers. Sometimes people aren't ready, and sometimes they want to hold on to stuff and blah, 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 all this stuff. But this group, and if it's you I'm talking about, that would be amazing, because I will just greet you with the biggest hug ever. 5 days with me in California. It's going to be awesome. Okay, so meditation, movement, eating. I have notes because, meditation, movement, eating good, self-compassion, and the next one is being creative. I say this all the time. You guys know, if you heard me a lot of times, do I repeat myself? You could tell me. You could tell me I could handle it. You could tell me. Okay, be creative. Creativity helps, again, mentally, emotionally, and physically. And I guess it could be spiritually too, right? Because your creative project could be life purpose for you. But physically, it helps because it improves the prefrontal cortex of the brain. It's going to decrease your anxiety and your depression when you build the muscle in the prefrontal cortex. It's going to help you take stuff out of that center of your brain that keeps triggering you, and it's going to bring it to the prefrontal cortex. Engage in something creative every day, or some kind of project. This is another way so mentally it takes us out of that negative spiral and gives us something to think about. It takes that brain space up. Anxiety needs brain space. You want to take it up and use it for something useful. So emotionally, obviously, you're going to build self-esteem because you're doing something creative. You can stand back and look that you did it. A lot of times when we're feeling really awful, we get pretty immobilized. And when we're immobilized, we don't engage in creative stuff. And when we're, we kind of back off from some of our creative stuff, and that's a huge problem. So, be creative. I did mention spiritually. I mentioned all four, right? Physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Being creative, doing some kind of creative project, amazing. And it could be designing an outfit, because I've used that a million times. When I'm anxious, I might never wear the outfit or do it, but for some reason, for me, and maybe for a lot of women, this might be the case, but if you are, really stressed out or kind of in some negative cycle or something, if I think about, okay, well, I have to put this outfit together. Now sometimes I put an outfit together for my daughter, and I love it because she's the cutest thing in the world. But tomorrow morning I'm going to post a poem that she wrote and a picture of her, so you'll see her in the morning if you follow me. But it's just something creative. Hi, Patty. Something creative you could do. Okay, next. Sleep. I know I'm talking too much. I don't know if we're going to have time for questions. I'm just going to do quick. Sleep. We all know this. I mean, this is another thing. We all know these self-care things. What stops us from doing them? What stops us? We know. We always think, okay, later, the next day. We could get sleep later. We could fix it later. And we always put it off. Stop putting it off. Tonight and every day is a day that you have to get enough sleep, right? Every day is a day. to get enough sleep. And so please prioritize that. It's hard because it's something we do every day and we just think, oh, we'll just do it tomorrow. But no, you got to do it right now. You have to always, every day, get enough sleep. It really changes everything. It balances your hormones. It just does everything that you need. Sleep. Get enough sleep. Get enough sleep. Get enough sleep. Get enough sleep. All right. The last thing that I want to add that I personally use all the time, and this is how I sustain myself. I celebrate everything I do. Everything I accomplish, I totally celebrate that, and it makes a huge difference. Instead of being pushed down by all my deficits and everything I don't get to, because you all know I don't get to so many things that I want to do. There's so much that I want to do every day for my business, for delivering to you, I want to make more videos, and I want to get my blogs out faster and write, and not have typos, and I have a lot of ideas for new books, and I can't get to it all. But I do get a lot of stuff done. In every single thing I do, I celebrate that. I totally celebrate that. I get so excited about every little thing, and then I have energy. Instead of being pushed down heavy, I have energy for the next thing. All right. So what do you think of all those self-care tactics? If you want to ask me a question, you have a couple minutes to do that. I have a phone call at 6:30, so I won't be able to go over, but I would love to see what you're thinking. If you would like, Marsha, I'd love to hear how to stop doing chores and being okay with that, to go relax and have fun when you see messes from regular daily life. Yes. Okay, your house is never going to be perfect. If you're living with other people and have a family, a busy family life, the house is never going to be perfect. But I slip in little things here and there, and I never have expectations that it's going to be okay, that it's going to be absence of mess. But when I walk to one side of the house, I take stuff there. I walk to the other side of the house, I take stuff there. Sometimes I walk out of my way just to put something away, but usually I do it while I'm walking for something else. See what I mean? I don't have to wait till I have enough time to clean the whole house to do one little thing. I slip in the one little things all the time. All the time. And so, so I hope that helps. Don't try to make it perfect. Just do one little thing and one little thing and one. Those little things add up, in your house in general actually looks pretty neat. Like if you came over to my house, it would look pretty tidy. But it's always got something around. It's always lived in, and I'm always doing one little thing, one little thing, one little thing. And I don't stress about it at all. It does not cause me any stress. So that is my trick. Okay, so hi Ann. So Susan, I don't have a weekend retreat coming up. That might be something next. I'm working with this other life coach who's an author, and she has wrote this awesome book. And so we are talking about putting something together in North Carolina, maybe in the fall. I'm not sure when that'll be. It will definitely be a weekend, Susan. So just follow me, and you'll hear about it first, okay? Thanks so much. Thanks for asking. I don't know if that's a place you could go, but... All right, everybody. One more question. I'll take one more question from you lovely, lovely, lovely loves. I'm recognizing all your names, so I love it. I'm good. I'm glad, Marsha, that you do that. Yeah. Makes it easy. We never should stress about our house. People, the people don't stress about their house, the mess in their house. They are happier people. They are happier people. There's a middle of the road, right? There's people that just overwhelmed with clutter. They're not happy. That clutter's reflected in their mind, and their mind is cluttered. And so I do like to get rid of a lot of stuff because it keeps my mind free. There is a reflection of your mind there. But that middle of the road, that lived in, that comfortable, not getting stressed about that, and just being really okay, those people are the happiest people. The happiest people. That's, I would say, where I fall. All right, everyone. I love you all. I cannot wait till Monday. Next Monday, Julie Barton, dog medicine. It's going to be awesome. And I am going to really commit to you all that I'm going to check my technology so that is a really nice transition and everything works. It's a bad time of night because either my family's home. At my office, the Wi-Fi goes bad at this time of night, and at home there's just too many people around, and so I stick in a corner and the Wi-Fi's not good there. I mean, it's life. All right, everyone, I love you all. Please show up next Monday. Tell all your friends, share this, please. And I will see you next Monday at 6.